And education matters third, because the challenges of the coming decades, automation, climate change, an economy increasingly built on knowledge and innovation, will reward societies that have invested deeply and broadly in human capital, and will be unforgiving toward those that have not. This means not only building more schools and universities, but reforming what and how we teach, strengthening the sciences and mathematics without neglecting the humanities and the arts, embracing digital literacy while still cultivating the foundational habits of reading, reasoning, and moral reflection, and ensuring that technical and vocational education is given the same dignity and investment as academic pathways. As we progress further into the age of artificial intelligence, our education systems face a further urgent challenge. Rote memorization and standardized testing, which served an earlier industrial economy reasonably well, are poorly suited to a world in which information retrieval is instantaneous and nearly free. What the young need today is the capacity for critical thinking, ethical reasoning, creativity, and adaptability. It is worth pausing on the word integrity, which carries an instructive double meaning in this context. It refers first to the wholeness of a nation, its territorial and institutional coherence, undivided and unbroken. A nation's security, I would suggest, cannot be separated from its integrity in this second sense. A country that is secure from external threats but riddled with internal corruption and injustice has not achieved true security at all. Security in the traditional sense remains indispensable. Borders must be defended, institutions protected from subversion, and citizens shielded from threats both foreign and domestic. No amount of good governance, economic growth, or educational achievement can flourish in a nation that cannot guarantee the basic safety of its people. This is a solemn duty, and one that deserves the full resourcing and professionalism it requires.